J-Dub and Stefani, and I have no fucking clue what this beer is. All I know is it should be called Partridge and Puffin.
Oh. What's going on, YouTube? It's Best Beers in Me, J-Dub and Stefani here with you. Beer reviews from Maine, New England, and beyond. And we're going to stick right in Portland, Maine with another Bissell. We got Petite Puffin, American Pale Ale, Bissell Brothers, and Trillium.
So Justin says it should be called
Petite Partridge.
Petite Partridge.
And I agree. Northern Maine, it should be a partridge. But Puffin is down on the coast. Maybe it should be chickadee, though, because I think chickadee is the official bird of Maine.
It is. I still
We're
agree
gonna get this
with
into our old
Petite
school
Partridge.
Bissell.
I think that would be a great name.
You got the old school Bissell glass. I got the Bissell Trillium combo glass.
I think we got
Collab
those for Tom
glass.
for Christmas a couple years ago.
We got one for Tom, one for me.
Yeah, that was my surprise gift.
Alright, this is a Bissell's take on Trillium's Small Bird series. They have,
Oh, not sure what I
What do
think
they
of that
have?
smell.
can't think of what the birds they have. Petite, no, they have small turkey, small something.
It doesn't say what's in this. That smells a little different for me.
So it's a 4.9% American Pale Ale. Not a whole lot of info on this. Canned on date is there. It was February 1st. So almost a month in the can, which is usually alright for Bissell.
25 days. I honestly, you know what a huge Bissell fan I am? I'm not sure what I think of the nose.
No?
No. I don't. What's in this? Like, what's the hops?
Oh, I got no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
So it's a pale ale. It's only 4.9. I'm not completely sure what I'm getting there.
I don't know.
Some subdued grapefruit.
You know, I have no clue what I'm getting. That nose is just like not familiar to me at all.
It's a smaller beer, but I'm definitely getting some grapefruit notes. I don't know what's in there for hops. I don't know much about the beer at all. Other than Trillium does a whole series of pale ales, and this is Bissell's take on it.
Well, let's give it a
And
try.
they got the wrong bird. They got a puffin instead of partridge.
Right?
This is brewed in Milo. It should have a partridge on it. And
Absolutely.
a pear tree. Alright, let's see what we get.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, you two.
Cheers.
Definitely a pale ale. Not an IPA. It's not big and in your face. It's a pale ale it's not supposed to be. So, I'm getting some grapefruit not in your face. Now, that's the best way I can describe this
Honestly, I'm not getting much. I really don't get, I can't tell you what I get for a flavor because I don't get much. I get a little bit of light bitterness and that's it. I don't get much of a flavor.
There's not a whole lot. I mean, I will agree with that.
I really don't get much on flavor.
So, would you call that a fail?
I really don't get anything on this. Nothing.
There's some flavor there, but it's
I get a little bit of bitterness and that's about it. Is bitterness.
bitter water?
Kind of, yep. It's almost like a tonic water.
Wow.
For me. Gotta say, there's not many Bissell beers I can say I wouldn't have again. This is probably it for me. I get no flavor. Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
I'm not getting a whole lot.
I don't get grapefruit. I get nothing on this. I get, like, tonic water. Literally no flavor, not even grapefruit on this. That's unfortunate because I've never had a Bissell beer like this, but I get no flavor.
I get a little bit of bitterness, very subdued grapefruit, and that is about it.
Yeah, nothing for flavor for me. So unless I wanted some bitterness and a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like seltzer, but a little bit of
Carbonation?
I get bitter carbonation. That's everything I get on this beer. Never had a Bissell beer like this.
There isn't a whole lot to it.
Nothing. And I hate to say that because I think I love Bissell. Everybody knows how I feel about Bissell, but I get no flavor on this beer at all. Nothing.
I'm not getting no flavor, but it's very, very subdued. But a pale ale shouldn't be in your face.
Shouldn't be in your face, but it should have a little bit of notes of something. And I get nothing. No pineapple, no grapefruit, no nothing.
So, would you call it bird poop?
Wouldn't call it bird poop, but my rating would probably be a 3.25.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's hard for me because you know how I feel about Bissell, but there's nothing to this beer.
It's very drinkable. I'm almost done.
Not for me.
All right. Well, I can't disagree a whole lot with you. There's not a lot to this beer.
Nope, there's not. There's no flavor. Nothing. Like, I get the carbonation and the bitterness, but I get no flavors or notes of anything in this beer.
You give it what, a 3.25?
3.25.
I'm gonna go around a 3.75. It's not my favorite pale ale, but
Nope. And for me, there's been one beer ever in 3.5 years I've had from Bissell, and I think it might have been a Saison, and I was honest
they
with
didn't
them.
like the raspberry.
Yes, and I did not care for it at all. That is the one and only beer from Bissell I did not care for.
So that's the worst hoppy Bissell beer you've ever
I
had?
would take that raspberry Saison over this any day.
Wow, so the worst Bissell beer you've ever had?
Worst.
All right, I don't know.
There's no flavor. There's nothing to this. And like I said, that's really hard for me on a Bissell beer because I love Bissell beers. Like I said, in 3.5 years there has been one that I did not care for. Completely one. And I gotta tell you, there's nothing to this beer.
All right. If I was going to rate it, I think I just said 3.75. So we're around a 3.5. Where's my phone? Let's check out the old YouTube. Check out the old Untapped if you want to add us. Best beers in me on Untapped.
I kind of feel guilty about rating this beer like this, but I mean, I'm gonna call it like it is.
So 419 people have checked in and give it a 4.18.
No.
We have 5 friends have checked in with a 4.43.
No. What am I missing?
Maybe we got a bad can. I don't know.
Because I tend to like...
Jason McDonough says, it's a summertime camping beer. Can't wait for spring. I'm with you on that.
I'm on that.
Matt Morgan gives it a 5. He says, Puffins,
Oh, Lord.
beers. Sorry, I can't be objective here, he saes, and he gives it a 5.
I'm not sure what I'm
I'm
missing.
looking at you. And Andy Snow gave it a 4.5.
No, Andy. No.
And he had it in the ornate brewing glass. Not even proper glassware, and he still gives it a 4.5.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm missing, but I get no flavors from this. It's like pure tonic water for me.
I mean, I'm not going to go that far. There is some flavor there, but
I get no flavor.
it's very small. There it is. We're not liking as much as the overall, and definitely not as much as their friends.
No, but I can tell you, as far as Bissell goes, and Maddie and Justin and Brittany, amazing. This beer is probably the second beer in 3.5 years that I did not care for. And I get nothing on this beer. And so I stand by my 3.25.
So there it is. Collaboration. You'd think Trillium and Bissell collab would be really good. However, Trillium with Swishium, remember when they did that?
Mm-hmm.
We never got a can of it, but the reviews I saw on that was kind of a fail on Trillium's part too.
Yeah.
Maybe Trillium and Bissell need to stick to their own beers and not worry about trying to mock up each other's.
Maybe.
I don't know. Haven't had a whole lot. Now, what was the one that they did do? Oh, Thompson's Point Pale. That beer was unreal.
Yeah, and I really struggled to give Bissell a low rating.
But that was...
You know this.
That was a long time ago.
Because it's like one of my favorite places, and their beers are amazing, but this one is literally, for me, pure tonic water. Like, I get no fruit notes, no grapefruit, no nothing.
Based on that, 3.25, maybe too high of a score.
Maybe. I know, probably not.
You don't want to murder him with a
I don't.
0.25?
Absolutely. I'll give them a 3.25, but
Tim on.
it pains me to give them a 3.25.
It is what it is. I'll do the final chug because I'm almost done. It's very drinkable, I can say that.
I want a little bit of flavor, and I get nothing on this beer.
Checking out the description on the Bissell website. It says, for our latest collab with Trillium, after months of research and tracking, we located one of the most elusive little birds to be found here in Maine. Petite Puffin is our take on Trillium's small bird series of pale ales, hopped with Nelson and El Dorado.
So I get the Nelson.
You do?
Yep, and I like Nelson.
I
But
didn't
that's
get the
literally
Nelson.
all I get. No, I do get the Nelson in this, 100%. But if I'm going to have a beer, I don't care if it's a pale ale, an IPA, whatever, I want some type of a little bit of a note of something.
So it actually surprised me that it's El Dorado and Nelson, because Nelson, I almost always, as soon as I get a Nelson hop beer, as soon as I smell it and then taste it, it's like, all right, that's like
So remember
white
at the beginning of this...
wine, grape flavor. That
Remember
white
at
grape.
the beginning of this review, I said I smell it, but I'm not sure what it is.
That was Nelson?
It was the Nelson.
I didn't get it. And the El Dorado is usually really like a candied pineapple. I think usually I get off that, and I didn't get any of that.
No, because I don't get any notes of anything on this. Nothing, and that's unfortunate.
It's also with Crystal Malt, Maine 2-row, Maine Oats, and Munich Malt. So sounds like a lot of Maine malt houses in this too. But
9 times out of 10, they brew an amazing beer, and so I tend to think when I have a beer like this, is it just me? Is it like my palate? Is it this or I don't think so. Like I get nothing, like really no notes of anything from this beer. I do get the Nelson.
I didn't get much.
But I get no pineapple, I get no grapefruit, I get nothing. But man, I hate giving those reviews.
Wow. I don't.
Whatever. I do.
Give a great review and give a bad review. You're reviewing what you are smelling and tasting. And you're smelling and tasting tonic water.
100% a negative. Nope.
Alright. Trillium and Bissell, a failed collab. 4.9%. You're probably not going to get a ton anyway. But Baby Genius is 4, and you get at least I get a lot of citrus on that.
Yes.
I love Baby G. I can't wait for it.
I could drink Baby G all summer long.
Spring. That's our review for this one. What was not what I thought it was going to be. When I saw Trillium and Bissell, I'm like, and I even had it in the proper Trillium Bissell glassware. So it should have tasted better.
But it didn't.
But it didn't. You got the old school Bissell glass, one of the few remaining that has not broke.
But here's the
thing.
Over
the years that I had.
I totally drank it.
All the Bissell logos on it. I miss the old days of One Industrial Way. I really did.
I didn't know One Industrial Way with Bissell.
Didn't even know it.
Know it now, and I love everything definitive, like Austin Street,
I'm thinking back to days of people would line up for Swish, and then they get their Swish, and then they go right next door and line up for Epiphany.
Right, but so
imagine line up for Epiphany.
Even though Bissell's not there now, you still have your definitive, your Allagash, like everything's still right there. So it's still one of my favorite locations.
Oh, absolutely. Here's hoping that tomorrow we'll have a better beer.
We will.
And a better review.
We will.
We don't know until we crack the beer, though.
Pretty sure of it.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to look up what the small bird series that I've had from Trillium is. So I just looked back, and I had a pocket pigeon, which was from the small bird series.
And a puny something.
And it was August of 2016, and I gave it a 3.5. So maybe I'm just not a fan of this series.
I don't think I am.
And that was with Mosaic Galaxy in Columbus, which that surprised me. I didn't like that. So, and I also just was looking at what their different small birds. They have a puny partridge. So I got to tell Justin and Milo that Trillium does make a partridge beer. So they've already paid homage to Northern Maine.
So I think on that note, we should wrap this up.
Yeah, this is it for this one. Can't cheers because we've drank it all. So at least it was a very drinkable beer.
We can still virtual cheers. Like
it's easy drinking. Won't fill you up, never let you down.
But it won't satisfy me either because I get nothing out of it.
Alright, so what we're saying, skip this and go for the Miller Lite.
Yeah, no. Try another Bissell
Busch
beer.
Light.
Nope, skip all that, try another Bissell beer because I guarantee if you try another Bissell beer, you're going to land it.
But if you have a Busch, you crack it open, it goes Busch.
No, thank you. I am all set.
It does.
I don't care. Nope. No.
I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go find myself a Schlitz.
I think you should go find us one more craft beer.
I think I'm going to get out of here and go find myself a Schaefer.
No.
Alright. I'm going to go find another
So here's the
craft
thing.
Beer.
If he really wants work on this relationship, he will not find any of the above.
No. I think I will. Alright, we got to get out of here. So like, share, subscribe, comment, tell us if you had any small bird series, tell us if you had the Petite Puffin.
Yeah, I'd really like to hear if
Maybe
it's just
the
my palate
Trillium
or if anybody else
Pocket
feels
pigeon.
the same way I do about this.
The small bird series was a mistake, to be honest. If you know the story, you might not. So they do a lot of their beers by streets in Boston and by different lighthouses and islands. And one of the islands, I can't remember, it sounded like a bird of some kind. I'm probably screwing this story all up, but it was, who the frig brews Trillium? J.C. Tatro was talking to his wife on the phone and told her what it was called. It was like Tiny Rooster, but it's supposed to be Tiny Brewster. Brewster's an islander off of Boston. And she wrote Tiny Rooster. He's like, we can't have our beer called Small Cock. But then they went to the Small Bird series. They just went with it. Tiny Rooster. I don't even know if I ever had it. So apparently they never made Tiny Rooster. They must have actually done Brewster. I don't
They
know.
just did small dick.
I don't know if they ever did that, but anyway, I can't find it. But something like that. I probably screwed the story all up, but it doesn't matter. We're saying fail on this beer.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
And you can crush them. They're crushable.
Crushable if you don't want any flavor.
Well, I guess. You might as well drink a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Instead of paying 20.
Literally, if you
20 bucks
want
for
a
it,
beer like this, drink a Bud Light.
Alright, so you cannot accuse us of being homers because we're giving a bad review on a Bissell, so
And it kills me, pains me.
it doesn't me at
It
all.
does me because that's my heart. It
Now,
pains me.
the amount of
too,
money
but
I give
nope,
Bissell and
not a fan. I would not
As-
ever buy this again.
loyal as I am, I have no problem telling it the way it
No,
is.
would never buy
Didn't
this
like
beer
it,
again.
But I don't like the Tiny Bird series apparently because I've checked into a few on Trilliums and I just
So this is
looked
the
up.
only one I've had. Would never buy it again.
Don't buy it again. We'll go on it again.
Yep.
Alright. We gotta get out of here and go do one for tomorrow.
Right.
So, see you later.
See ya.
So parenting tip, always be a united front in front of your children.
That's the truth.
That's why I said.